Hey, happy day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma. Day 603 of What's She Up To Now. Documenting my journey from the offline brick and mortar world, corporate America, and offline businesses, regular traditional businesses in different industries ranging from retail to manufacturing to everything in between. And how I decided a couple of years ago that I was going to leave all that behind and explore the online world. Well, the online world and this figuring it out, although there's a lot of similarities, there's a lot of differences, and I decided upon much coaching and goading that it was necessary for me to document my journey. And in order to document it, I just hop on Facebook Live or on my podcast every day and talk about what's going on, what's working, what's not. I call it today Wow, because some days so many things happen, and some days are filled with so much stuff, so many events, so many things, so many good and bad things that you just step back and you say, wow, I can't believe all that happened in one day. Yesterday was one of those days, 9/19/19. I knew it was just going to be an auspicious day, and it was an amazing day in some ways, and it was a really sad day in others. And I think that's really interesting that our days are like that. They're filled with so much, and it's up to us to decide what we're going to notice and what we're going to focus on and what we're going to pay attention to. And what we pay attention to is what we notice most. Now, something really sad happened yesterday, and if I focused only on that, I would be very sad and crying and devastated, because I was for a while. But also some amazing things happened yesterday, and if I focused only on them, then I would miss the sad. So it's always this roller coaster of what we pay attention to, what we notice, what we focus on. You know, have you ever gone to a party where you're looking around the room and you see some people are having a great, awesome time, other people are, off by themselves and they look like they're having a terrible, dreadful time? Well, what's the difference in that situation? Everybody's at the exact same party, right? The circumstances are the same. So why are each of us experiencing it so differently? I don't know the answer to that, because we each come to every event, to every circumstance, with our own set of goals, objectives, thoughts, feelings, past experiences, expectations for the future. And so we experience absolutely everything differently. And I got a big dose of that yesterday, and I woke up thinking about it this morning, that there are so many things that happen to each and every one of us. And it kind of stems from a post. Somebody made a post yesterday and was talking about one of my connections who I admire, and she was talking about all the nonsense and all the sharing that people do on social media these days in the guise of being authentic. And some people share only what you want them to see. Other people take their life experiences and turn them into this big dramatic thing in a marketing attempt to relate to more people. Now, what I told her in my comment was, yep, I think there's some of that going on, but I also know that those of us that have had real traumas, real trials, and real struggles in our life tend to not talk about them. I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of bad crap go down in my life, and I almost never talk about it because I don't feel comfortable sharing it. I don't feel comfortable talking about it because, number one, those are actually the things that have fueled me and caused me to make changes in my life, changes in the direction and the trajectory of my life, changes in what I was doing. When bad things happen, some people just give up and quit. Other people ponder and say, okay, well, yeah, that happened, that sucked, but what am I going to do about it? And I'd like to think I'm one of those people that say, okay, that sucked, what am I going to do about it? Now, sometimes it takes me 10 years to get to the point of saying and facing up to, okay, that sucked, what am I going to do about it? Other times it's like, yeah, in 5 minutes I'm on to the next thing. But it depends on the magnitude and the thing that we're talking about. And each of us are different. Each of us are different in how we'll respond to tragedy, how we respond to trauma, how we respond to different situations. And to be honest, one person's tragedy is another person's motivation. One person, the same event can happen to a lot of us, because guess what? As much as we think we're alone, whatever happens to us, no matter what we experience, even though it's personal to us, there are millions of people who've had a similar situation, and sometimes much more horrific, much more traumatic, much more terrible than we have. Yet, some people cower and die based on that experience. Other people take that experience and they forge it into the driving force that moves them forward in their life and creates, major things and changes the world. It And who's to say who's going to make that happen and who's not? Because all of us have the potential. All of us have the ability to make whatever we want to happen. We can create whatever we want. It's just a matter of knowing that we can. And sometimes we know it and we don't do it anyway, right? Sometimes we know that we can make a huge difference in certain aspects, in certain areas of our lives, and yet we sit back and we wait. We wait for what? I don't know. We wait for the time to be right. We wait for the stars to align. We wait for whatever it is we're waiting for. We wait for permission. A lot of times we wait for permission, thinking that we need someone's permission to be who we want to be or to do what we want to do. And the truth is, no one's going to give us permission except ourselves. And as soon as you give yourself permission, boom, you're off to the races. So I'm just kind of thinking about a wow day. Today's going to be a wow day. Today's going to be an awesome day. You might be able to hear cartoons in the background. My amazing granddaughter's here, and she's letting me make a video, so I'm pretty excited about that. Today, One Funnel Away Challenge, week 4, day 5. Yesterday we did buy your way in, buy traffic, how to buy traffic. And I'm experimenting with YouTube because I've never bought any ads on YouTube. So this time through the challenge, I thought I'm going to figure out YouTube advertising. I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's cool the way you can target individual videos and where you want your message to appear based on the people that you want to reach and the people you're more likely to reach. So I'm going to play with that this time instead of Facebook. Never really been a fan. I love Facebook, don't get me wrong. I'm on Facebook right now making this Facebook Live video. Love Facebook, but as far as advertising platform goes, dabbled with it, not where my market, not where my audience, not where my people live. So it's not the right platform for me at this time. Doesn't mean it won't be in the future. It just is not at this time. So dabbled in LinkedIn last time through. First time I went through Facebook. Next time I did LinkedIn. This time I'm doing YouTube. I want to figure out YouTube. So I'll let you know how that goes. But it's a challenge and it's fun and it's interesting. Also, Women's Summit, plugging in and doing some new updates and refreshers of that. And a couple of other things that are secret and in the works, which I will announce as soon as I feel comfortable announcing them. That's it. That's all I've got today. I have to deal with some sadness from yesterday and hang out with my amazing 4-year-old granddaughter and get her off to school and things. And if I can help you in any way, ask a question in the comments below. I say ask me anything, and if I don't know the answer, I will point you in the direction of the person that does know the answer. And if it's in my wheelhouse, I will let you know to the best of my ability what is your next move, because a lot of times we just want to ask a question and there's nobody to ask it to. And I know personally firsthand how hard it is sometimes to ask for help. And you know, especially we women, we think we're supposed to do everything ourselves and figure it all out ourselves. And all that does is get us burnt out and exhausted and frazzled and frustrated. And sometimes it will even get you in the emergency room. So I say ask for help. If you need or have a question about anything, ask me anything. Today is Ask Me Anything Day. Go out, make it an amazing day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another update on what I'm up to now. What am I doing? What's working? What's not? What am I thinking about? Today I'm thinking about how important it is that we choose the direction of our life, and we choose our feelings, and we choose how we're going to react to things and respond to things, because stuff's just going to keep happening no matter where we are in our lives. Go out, make it an amazing day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.